you want to do the kids say Hillary will win, Chris? Oh, wait, they're both the same.
I want to turn my camera on, but I don't know.
I'll be back in my side when I need to stay. I'll be chasing every breeze.
Welcome back to Daybreak USA.
Hey, welcome back. Angie Austin here. Thank you, friend, for choosing us. We know you have a lot of choices. Chris Barnes and John DeMaster are here. We are going to start with American kids and their opinion of who will win the election and whether or not it will be close. Chris Barnes, take it away.
And by the way, is my camera working for those of you watching on TV? Because it says it's not working, and I can't. I apologize. Well, you're not missing anything.
So
anyway,
USA, Facebook, if you want to watch the other two of us on the live feed. All right, what's going on with these kids?
Well, America's kids were polled, and they say Hillary Clinton is going to win the White House, and it's not going to be close. This is the Scholastic News Magazine presidential poll of over 150,000 school kids, and it shows the Democratic nominee with 52% of the popular vote to Republican Donald Trump's 35%. The kids giving Clinton enough states for a big electoral vote margin. And before you go saying, what do a bunch of kids know? Scholastic News says these kids, well, not these same kids, but they've been doing this since back in the 50s. And since 1964, the kids have gotten every election right.
Whoa. Wow. All right, John, tell us about the giant pumpkin car piano launching. What? I know they launched pumpkins this time, the Chunkin' Pumpkin thing or whatever. What's this about?
Is it a Trabucket? Is that what they're called? I don't know. It's something at the Extreme Chunkin' Pumpkin Destruction event. They used it to chuck a 1,300-pound pumpkin, a car, and a piano. And I just think that guys get a whole lot more thrill out of this than maybe you would, Angie, because they catapulted all sorts of things over the weekend. It was called the Yankee Siege, and I don't know what possesses people to think, hey, let's see if we can throw a piano or a car or a boat and see how far they can go. But that was indeed what some guys were doing over the weekend. And there's video of it on the internet, and it is just absolutely impressive to see these cars and these pianos go flying through the air. So if you get a chance, go to the internets today, Al Gore's internet, and check that out.
All right, so this is so crazy. So this 24-year-old daughter tells her dad, hey, I have an interview at the TD Bank in Fort Lauderdale. Could you give me a ride? So dad's like, of course, honey. I'd love to give you a ride to your job interview. You're so proud. You're actually being so industrious and trying to get a job. So he drives her there. She comes out $300 richer, but he thought it was money she already had, right? So come to find out, it was a job as a bank robber that she asked dad to be apparently the getaway driver. She handed the teller a note. She had a red wig and a hat on when she went in, and it said, you have exactly 1 minute to give me all your $50 and $100 bills from both your drawers or I will shoot you. No die packs, no alarms, follow these instructions and no one will get hurt, act normal. So she gets $300 and now she's probably going to do serious time. Really? That's what you get when you rob a bank, $300? I mean, can't you just get a job at, Dairy Queen or something for a week or two?
She should have said, hand over the money or I'll bring you don't want me to get my dad involved.
Right, my dad.
I don't really want to either.
I'll get my dad on you.
Oh, terrible. All right. So dad was the getaway driver and didn't even know it. All right. So, Chris, you've got an interesting story.
I think so. We'll find out. Ever have the that's for you to decide, listeners. Yes. Anyway, if you've ever had the dilemma, and this is, of course, a guy thing, of drinking a nice cold beer and having an inability to eat the food properly along with your nice cold beer. Well, there's a guy by the name of the Vulgar Chef who makes a lot of odd concoctions, all rather guy-related. And he's come up with what's called the Pizza Beer Koozie. It's basically it's like a pizza that is an actual pizza that you can eat that wraps around your beer can. So it kind of keeps your beer cold, so to speak. I guess it makes your pizza cold, too, in the process. I'm not sure how that part of it works. But anyway, you can kind of hold the beer with one hand and nibble the pizza while you're drinking the beer. So now he's also got a lot of things online about some other creations that are guy related, and he touts one of them real big like he thought of it. It's called Pizza in a Mug. But that's really nothing new, because anyone who's a fan of Steve Martin will remember the legendary movie The Jerk back in 1979, which featured this scene. Trevino, if you please.
Did you decorate it?
Yeah, I got all this stuff from the old Cup of Pizza place before they tore it down.
That was really good pizza.
Oh, this is the best pizza in a cup ever. This guy's unbelievable. He ran the old Cup of Pizza guy out of business. People come from all over to get this.
Yeah. So anyway, the vulgar chef, I hate to break it to you, but he has not invented the concept of pizza in a cup.
Cup of pizza. I love that. All right. So, John, you've got a story about drones and jets.
Yeah, so this is over in Britain, and you've heard about these. We've talked about these stories in the news about drones that have gotten really close to airplanes as they're coming in for landing at airplanes.
Dangerous.
So now what they're going to do in Britain is they're going to deliberately smash drones into passenger planes. They're going to test it just to kind of see what happens. So they've committed 250,000 euros to pay for a private study of what would happen if a drone actually hit a window or the fuselage of a plane. So this is all part of a study. I do not think that they're going to have passengers on board these jets, and because pilots are saying it's only a matter of time before this happens for real with all the people using all these drones and flying around all over the place. So this is just testing.
All right, I just want to say that I really admire the Visa CEO. His name is Charlie Scharf, and he says he wants to put his family first. He's been commuting from the East Coast to the Visa headquarters all the way in San Francisco. But his daughters, all of his family lives on the East Coast, and he said he just doesn't feel that traveling to the West Coast back and forth, he just doesn't think he can do the job effectively. So he's resigning. And by the way, they've done really well under him. The Visa stock has jumped more than 130% in the years that Scharf has run the company. So anyway, they're going to have an Amex guy step in. And hey, stick around, by the way, guys. I've got a really cool story about a 7-year-old boy who saved his money for, 2 years to get a pony. It's really sweet. Next. Thank you, guys.